and ideas we have. So the Level 1 project, as you may read on the screen, is an initiative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that is run under the Financial Services for the Poor Department, which is part of the Global Growth and Opportunity Division. The initiative was started to support in creating not only awareness, but creating frameworks that are supporting in creating interoperable and instant and inclusive payment systems for helping in playing a role in accelerating financial inclusion around the world. Well, I'm sure all of you have heard about something called financial inclusion, right? Have you heard about it? So I'll randomly ask people, who knows what financial inclusion is? Edith?
Financial inclusion, first I would think including of money tracking systems, and also managing financial management basically for every project or for one's business, so it cuts across.
What is financial inclusion?
My name is Shiga Marion Olivia. Okay, I'm not very sure, but when I hear financial inclusion, what comes to my mind is having maybe transactions in the system, money moving from here to there.
Like money, eh? You want money to move from here to there.
Good afternoon. My name is Atim Maureen. Financial inclusion, this is enabling access to affordable and useful financial services and products to a group of people and meeting their needs in that sector. Financial inclusion, this is enabling access to useful and affordable services and products in the financial sector to a group of people and meeting their needs.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlotte. Please remember, remind me to give her 5 GB of data before the day ends. You should clap for her. I also don't know the meaning of financial inclusion, so don't ask me to repeat what she said. But one of the reasons why we are here together is to solve issues that relate with poverty and inclusion. But because they are issues, they become exclusion. Why? Today, the world has more than 1.9 billion people that still don't have access to any financial tool. They don't have a mobile phone with a mobile wallet like you have. I'm sure all of you here have mobile money accounts. Not so? Anyone without a mobile money account here? Is there anyone here who doesn't have a mobile money account? So we can, if we became a city here today, we would all be called a fully included economy. So we can easily decide to say that we are going to operate cashlessly. That going forward, whatever operations we run here are going to be based on either on our bank accounts or our mobile money accounts. So meaning we are financially included. But in a world where there are more than 7.6 billion people, about 1.9 billion people are totally financially excluded. In a Ugandan context, a population where we have about 48 million people, World Bank statistics show that about 50.76% are women, and then the other bit of the percentage, which is about 49.24%, are men. But then the same statistics show that women are overly underrepresented among those who are financially included. We get that? That women are more than the men in the country, and this applies to so many other economies around Africa. But then when you come to look at statistics of financial inclusion, you will find that the most financially excluded are women. And partly is reason why we are here today. Partly is reason why many of you subscribed for being a part of the third Women in FinTech Hackathon, because we want to solve financial exclusion issues or problems. Isn't it why you're here today? Or maybe you just came to win? Who came to win and you just came to win? I have some bit of rights to announce a winner today. If we announce you as winner, you go. Right? Yeah. And you take the prize, because that is also possible. Who came here to win? Yeah? You came to win? Digital financial services space to ease how they innovate for those who are financially excluded. And those who are easing are the people like you here. That we are gathered here not only to have lunch or to talk about ourselves. Of course, the beauty about such an initiative is that we also learn so much at the end of the day. That at one point, there is one person who comes and they're so scared of looking into a camera, so they can't even speak about themselves. Meaning they will not even be able to echo about their issues and challenges that are actually hindering their growth in the long run. So we have this initiative having us actually up our abilities in many things. But one of them is in ensuring that we put you into channels that give you access to tools, useful tools, and technology that should help you to actually easily innovate affordably. So the level 1 project, I did research for about 10 years, covering countries and economies and innovators from all around the world, especially those who are doing digital financial services, mobile financial services like mobile money and fintechs, asking them about what they thought could be done to easily create interoperable but affordable tools for making sure that we create financial solutions that include and benefit everyone. So in 2019, this guide that we're looking at here was created. And the purpose of it is to help us that are innovating to come up with the easiest and most affordable ways to innovate. So it was fully sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So part of the things I want to talk about is what is titled as meeting the needs of low-income users. Well, for the little I remember is that when I heard about you talking about your teams in the morning, is I heard most of you are working towards solving the needs of low-income users. At least last year we had about 5 products that were working on solving needs of farmers. So this year we have Imapesa, who is doing something to do with farming and agriculture, but not so many with agriculture today. You're all coming out diversely. We have Izeri, who is saying, I'm doing something for education. And remember how our teachers suffered for 2 years. I mean, a few of them were teaching and majority were home, and many have left their career. So, low-income users is a word that is politely used to relate to people who they call poor, many call poor. Of course, I wouldn't advise us to use the same one. It's preferable to use low-income users. I had Masula talking about Jibu, right? Saying that they are the answer to the problems of low-income users. So, and I think we all can agree to the same, as in all of us here, apart from the fact that someone decided to own the name, answer, I think all of us are here converged to make sure we become the universal answer to those niche problems that are happening in our society, right? So, someone helped us explain financial inclusion, and then we are supposed to help ourselves understand the need and the job we have to play in making sure that we include those who are excluded. And that is why we have the Women in Future Hackathon. So, how does the Level 1 project then come in? The Level 1 project, based on research that has been done, covering things like meeting the needs of low-income users, helps us to simplify and answer some of the most important, all those who know English say the most pertinent questions that matter in making sure we innovate for everyone. So, we're going to talk about a few bits of these. I'm offering 5 GBs of data to everyone who answers each of them rightly. When we talk about accessibility, much as you're reading, I know I'm already giving you notes, but if you can explain it in a way that I feel is satisfactory, you have the 5 GB of non-expiring data that expires in reality. So I want to take the first one, accessibility.
Okay, so I came to repass there, but in my understanding, accessibility is the service should be accessible, that even my mother in Sekano can be able to access it without first going to Kampala, without going very far. So can it be accessible to the people who need it?
I'm not sure if you take my 5 GB. Yeah, I am not so sure, but that will be something we'll discuss. Someone already took my 5 GB for explaining financial inclusion. So, I forgot to name.
A resource that is accessible is a resource that can be used by anyone who wants it anywhere at any time.
I can assure you we are not in a literature class, so I can assure you we are not doing literature here. So, and I'm sure you're bringing your literature here. For your information, me, I'm a B3 graduate, so there are many things I didn't see in my life, things like literature. I just find them in a space. Well, we want to explain accessibility. So we don't want to say, oh, I am sleeping in a rental that is accessible. Yeah? No, that's not what we are saying. The context is a little bit different. The context is I'm going to for you services. Right? There is a bit of acquisition. There is a bit of usage. Because there is no single time someone is going to use an account they have never acquired. And I think that makes sense to all of us. You don't have a phone and you want to have a mobile money account. You don't have a SIM card, you want to have one. For instance, today in Uganda, you don't have a national ID. You want to have a SIM card, how are you going to get it? In your names especially. So, when we are innovating whatever solutions we want to create, one of the most important things we have to ensure we do is we make sure the solutions we are going to create can be easily acquired by our target users, and then they can be easily used. That is when you'll get to things like making sure some of the innovations are created in local languages that are understandable by masses, making sure that we innovate above text and say we innovate in voice financial solutions where someone can come on the phone, speak, and have solutions availed to them in an easy way. Of course, we'll talk about the technologies to leverage later, but today I'm talking about the gist of innovation for financial inclusion. So who can explain reliable? Because someone just got only 1 GB of the 5. Yeah, Madam CEO just got 1 GB.
So
Hi everyone. Reliable means that a product can be trusted and it's available for use at any time.
What did you say?
So, reliable means that a product is available for use at any time. That means that it's trusted by other people using it.
Okay. I understand MBs. MB.
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. So reliable. I agree with her that the product should be accessible at any time, but also in terms of performance, it should be effective and efficient, such that it doesn't break down during performance. That's how I call a product to be reliable. Reliable means that a product, when someone needs that product, he can use it, but when he or she uses it, he must be able to use it again. In case of costs, he can rely on those costs, not a product being costly, and the other time he cannot come to it because it's costly.
Yes, reliable, I can define it or refer it as something that that is easily available and can be trusted to be used, and in any case you want it, you can access it. That's the reliability.
This is where a product is trusted and believed in due to its well functionality and the way it's working well.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rodney. If a service or product is reliable, what that means is this service should be secure and dependable.
Okay. So, how many were we? Yeah, over 5 people, and everyone should get a GB. Shout. Please raise up your hand just a little bit so Shout can know who you are. Yeah, you're taking my GBs in peace, but it's okay. Yeah. So there is Mirembe, there is. Sorry for those who I don't know yet. I'll give you with time. But we're talking about reliability. We are talking about it also relating with building confidence and trust of the solutions we're providing, but also ensuring the solutions we are creating are not enabling innovations that aid things like terrorism and all that. So I'm going to read this, and I want you to mark yourselves. For those who say it, so you know you have a 10% or what, but we're all right for many reasons. So we say users' money and information are secure and available for use. Systems help to deter usage of money for money laundering and terrorism financing. So one of the biggest hindrances and the challenges that we get as innovators is regulation. Because sometimes we have beautiful solutions that we're coming up with, but they're aiding some actions that governments would not support. Your solution is being used by terrorists to have money shared down in villages by people who cannot be monitored by government. So you become a threat for innovation and for national security and for the economy as a whole. So as we're innovating whatever we are coming up with, we need to make sure that our solutions are very reliable, as in very reliable, so that when you want to go and get a license from the central bank, you don't start by answering questions that might send you to Rosita for some days or some months. We're talking about meeting the needs of low-income users. Who hasn't said anything? And I know you. Nalyange, right? Yeah, you haven't said anything. I know many of the people here. Many times when I get to see you once, Masula, I've been near you and you didn't say anything. Okay, I am coming back. So, valuable.
When it comes to reliability, I think the notion or the narrative that a product is not hackable also makes a lot of noise. Is it hackable? Is it not hackable? That's security.
Well, thank you, Aquila, CEO Aquila. I told him I didn't go to school, so you're bringing a lot of literature here today. So, valuable? Oh, someone said they were waiting for valuable. Asha, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Yes? I'll come to you after.
When they say valuable, it means something that has worth, something that is valid. I've used simple English, not literature, so.
I think literature is everything written and spoken, whether it is simple or hard. The context, though, might change a little bit, because the words have been used in line with the literature definitions, but put to a context of financial inclusion. So, valuable, one other take.
Yeah, thank you. Isofil, I would find valuable is what is that added advantage when I use your service or product? If I've been transacting by cash, how will I add more profits when I transition to the digital payment platform? Thank you.
What school did you go to? I think you went to a school that was good at copying. Yeah. So, 2 GB for him. Him. I didn't get his name.
Valuable to me, it means when a product, okay, the opportunities that come with using the reach away its weaknesses or negative results that may come out of it.
That's literature. Yeah, thank you, though.
According to me, something that is valuable, is something that can be determined in terms of something that can be determined in terms of some. For example, if there, for example, a house, and it can be determined in terms of actually using money, so implying that the house has a value.
Now you hear, I think he wants to build a house. So I get a feeling that someone wants to build. I am going to come. We're going to have sessions every day. And I'm going to be discussing level 1 project most of the time. So, yes, Winnie.
I would say that valuable is an advantage that is giving you choice of better position to make decisions and also make incomes.
Well, valuable to me is something that will be able to solve my problem, meaning something that is useful. If something is valuable, it should solve the problem and worth the exchange.
Literature is too much. Well, okay. Okay. Yes, you come last.
Good evening, everyone. I could say being valuable is something when something is worthy in terms of money. Because I think for a product to be valuable, it has to be exchanged for money. When it has a high liquidity for money, something is valuable.
I personally, I think for my product to be valuable is if I'm solving a given problem. The fact that the reason why we all use mobile money is because it eases us when we are doing transactions. So it is valuable to us because it eases our mode of operation.
I've been told by our boss here, the project manager, the fintech events manager, that my time is out. So I have no right to extend, but I'm going to read here. Increase the value proposition for low-income consumers to use digital financial services rather than cash or other traditional services. Increasing the value proposition is what? Let me give you one example. I am going to pay for Yaka. Back in the days, we could get on a taxi, move to an office, line up, spend hours, pay money for transport, and still have to pay a bank charge. But you are going to pay maybe 20,000, the same amount you would pay. Today, I get out my phone, dial *165 or *185, whatever code it may be, type in my meter number, pay the same 20,000, I'm charged maybe 1,000, 1,600. I save my time, I don't have to move anywhere. I save the money for transport, and then I still have the same value. I have my power. Do you get that? So valuability. So thank you for being a great team. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I know you might have questions. No, I can't afford to add anything more because my time has run out. We'll add from this tomorrow. No, on Monday. Sorry. Have a great rest of the afternoon. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Innocent. The hand clap, is that how much he has Okay. Thank you so much, Innocent, and thank you also. He was talking about level 1 project principles. These principles are necessary as you develop your solutions. They are needed. So as you develop, try to find ways of incorporating some of them. Not necessarily all of them, but incorporate some of them. Now, just a little reminder. Let us try to be very serious and committed. And the fact that you're here doesn't mean that you're sure you'll finish the hackathon. If we see you're not very serious, you don't do your tasks, you'll be disqualified. Don't get scared. Just do what you're supposed to do. So now I'm going to hand over to Cleopatra to take us through the team presentations about problem statement.
Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, we should start right away. Team Tawaza. You should be ready. You're ready.
Okay, so excuse me, sorry, Cleopatra. If the facilitator calls upon you, you should be ready to come. If you don't, you may get some zero. You may not get another chance. So please, let us all be ready.
Okay. So, problem statement. I think. Kindly give me a minute. Haduka. When I call your team name, The team leader or whoever is ready to speak on behalf of the team should come up quickly, give us a problem statement in 1 minute. 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, so Haduka.
So you come and stand here and build your confidence. Is the app already on the phone? Why are you carrying now the phone? You expect a call.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Atunita Bitamasi. This is Project Haduka, and the problem statement is to empower women in business who are having trouble getting their businesses off the ground, especially through online platforms.
That's all. Hey. 1 minute is done. All right, thank you. So,
okay, so in order to take us very little time, because we need a photo op moment for the teams. When I read your team name, you come up like the entire team. Okay? Yeah. So Haduka teammates, come up. Before Simon gives you feedback, the media team is going to take photos.
So as you're coming, if you don't expect a call, I don't know why you should carry your phone to the front. You know? Those are the first things that take away the confidence. Then also, you should be sure of your idea. I don't want to see you with a notebook because you as a team, you already know. Plus a pen. All right, thank you. So, Haduka.
Team Haduka is an online platform for marketing businesses, especially, but it deals specifically with women who have businesses. Women who have businesses market their products on this platform. Whichever business they have, whether it's clothes, electronics, anything, any business.
I wanted to pick on you because both of you were arguing amongst yourselves.
Okay, next up we have Funa House Property Masters. To the front. In 1 minute, your problem statement.
Funa House Property Masters is trying to solve the problem of people having to go around looking for houses and involving third parties like brokers, and in the end they have to involve some extra money to pay those brokers. This problem comes with a gap that exists between eligible tenants and landlords, and the fact that some people may not have a wallet to save for their dream houses or apartments. And then we shall solve this problem by developing a mobile application for a house property application that will bridge the gap between landlords and eligible tenants. Thank you.
So you renting out houses?
No. Landlords subscribe to our application and they can post their houses and property so that people can see them and rent them or buy them. And other people can use the application to save for their dream houses.
Okay.
Next up, Tawaza, Digital Variety.
Our problem statement starts with the problem is that the women are not able to access affordable digital financial services to achieve their targets for what they plan to do in their lives, socio-economic statuses. And we are coming up with a solution that is going to do target savings to ensure that the women achieve their targets as they participate in digital financial services.
Are you selling products to the women while they are saving?
We are going to be providing an app where they can be able to do target savings and also access credit.
So when they reach the time of attaining whatever they've been saving for, they withdraw the money?
Yes, they withdraw the money, but the money has been acting as a cash collateral for them to access credit.
So you're just saving?
Yes.
Because if you have a target, it means I confirm that you're not going to withdraw the money and take it and buy donuts.
Yes.
Yes, so which means now the withdrawal, there's no way you're tracking where I'm putting the money. Because if I'm saving for a target, it means you've confirmed that actually I don't even need to withdraw, but rather the moment the money reaches the peak, I just provide you whatever you've been targeting for.
Yes, but I thought that I wasn't going to go that far because of the way we need to present an MVP by Friday.
But again, from the beginning here, you slipped off. Because I asked, are they withdrawing the money? Are you providing them with the target property they are selling, they are saving for?
No, I think what I know that is going to happen is that they are not going to withdraw the money. They will withdraw the money, but directly to the target of what they need.
Then they don't need to withdraw the money. Because if I withdraw the money and I go instead of school fees, I do something else in the money. It means it's the same as me going to the bank and save the same amount on a current account and withdraw it and use it for whatever property.
Okay. The acquisition part is something that I had not yet.
Thank you for understanding that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, but also when you're posing there, just know the photos are going to Twitter, eh? So if you don't pose well.
Next up, land resource. Quickly, 1 minute, your problem statement.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Our problem statement is about limited access to the land land details by the buyers and the sellers, where you find someone, like for example, someone wants to buy some land somewhere, but they cannot access the required information about the land. And so our system that we shall be developing is about, okay, the sellers will come and register their details when they are talking about their product, their land. They will be allowed, they will be given even an option of uploading the land title, so that the buyers can be sure of the product. I mean the ownership of the land by those customers who will have registered with the system that they are selling land.
I think you're going to eliminate the issue of the land title. Because even land that people are not sure of the title, they are duplicating, you know, that's kind of irrelevant. In simple terms, you land brokers.
Okay.
Digital land brokers.
Yeah.
You agree?
Sorry?
You agree?
We are kind of, but not only land brokers, because that is what we are trying to emulate in our system. Because you find the current land brokers who are already in existence. You find you are calling someone, is giving you false information. But here in our system, the seller is the one who is updating the system, writing even the amount that he wants from his land.
You've seen people put up land on Facebook. Is it genuine?
I've not seen one.
Have you seen any? We are helping each other, eh? Don't just get quiet. You've seen people putting up land on Facebook? Is it genuine? Exactly. So, the person who is selling the land, if you allow them to put and you're not monitoring, it means they can come and take someone's place anywhere. That is one. Secondly, you can't put a land title, because it's like, if this land title, people borrow millions of money using just a land title, which means if I have a copy, I can go and duplicate.
Thank you. Maybe in our system we can also upgrade that, and we change to we make it like this. Everyone who wants to sell land has to first register with us, so that we first approve that. You're welcome.
Next up, Oliwa Events. 1 minute, problem statement. Okay, 1 minute, Oliwa.
Okay. The problem statement is right now we are having manual kind of bookings of events. I know you have already, like, how come this is already operating, but we are kind of, the problem that we have is the manual way that people are transacting, creating events for their small events they are doing, like marriages, birthday parties. It's a kind of still in a manual system. So our platform, Oliwa, is giving them the ability to transform, to digitalize the way they have been handling manual events, bookings, to have a proper way how we can book them through online. Yeah, that's the problem that we are taking.
Yeah. The problem statement is becoming an issue. And he's simply trying to say, if I were him, that people are still exchanging money through hands and mobile money in meetings. Yet they don't need to meet. Someone has your pledge and they are seated with it. So he's trying to find a way of making sure that the pledge is digitally exchanged. You are just accepting.
That's very right. You understood. You understood my problem.
That's why you need females in the women in fintech to give you confidence.
Lima Pesa, you're up next. 1 minute. She seems to.
They have gone. Eh? They have gone. No, you are one. Okay.
Hi everyone. My name is Maria Viviana Ward from Lima Pesa. And Lima Pesa is trying to solve the problem of the increased risks that farmers are facing while they are managing their finances in the different village savings groups that they have. Then also farmers lack access to better market options and access to loans at favorable interest rates. How we are solving that? We are providing secure platforms where farmers can save. Then also we will have options of different lenders that would like to provide loans to these farmers, and a marketplace where farmers can showcase their different products.
Are you taking away the farmers from the circles?
Yes.
From the village circles?
Yes. We are making them independent.
So you have a digital circle for farmers?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Now, you don't come and say, Lima Pesa, you get it, eh? Go straight to the point that farmers are still suffering with their savings. And we want to make them digital by providing a specified platform for them.
Yes, thank you.
Not I.
Okay, next up, Jibu. 1 minute.
Hello everyone, I'm called Mastula and this is my team, Jibu. So Jibu is a solution to low-income earners, wholesalers, agro-wholesalers and cooperative unions. These people face a challenge of having their sales or goods distributed in real time. So Jibu provides a platform for these people. Once a farmer or the agro-wholesaler or cooperative union subscribes to our system, as Jibu, if a customer orders for a product on our platform, we get the goods the customer has ordered from our system, and we get them from the farmer who has subscribed on our platform. So the problem that these farmers face, these farmers have dealers or brokers that buy their products on a cheaper price and sell them at a cost or profit where a farmer is not going to get. And how should I say? Should I say the gap? The gap is these agro-wholesalers do not have the marketing platform or the publicity to put their products out there for people to know. So the solution we provided is we have created a platform for these people, for these wholesalers, to connect them to their customers. Thank you. Any questions? Simon.
All right, so you're still facing a problem, you're still facing an issue letting us know of the actual problem.
The actual problem.
So you're the one providing the commodities that the wholesalers buy?
Sorry, I did not get you.
So the wholesalers
Yes.
purchase the sacks of rice from you, or you just connect to the farmers?
We are just a link between the agro-based wholesalers and the farmers, so we connect. I just like, do you know how Glovo does it?
Now, are they facing a problem? Because even right now, if I go to Nakasero, I can get those sacks.
It's still, no, she mentioned a problem whereby they are sold at a higher, where the farmer does not benefit. But with the link, if we close that gap between us, so they're going to benefit more than they were benefiting. They are not sure if that, yeah?
So you're closing the gap by transporting the goods from the farmer to your platform market? Are you reselling these things?
We are not
Or
reselling.
you're just saying there is a farmer the other side and whoever is a wholesaler?
No, we are connecting a farmer to a trustee, a trusted agro-based wholesaler.
If the agro-based wholesaler has to go to Mitiana to pick the same, I don't see...
You don't see?
The value.
There is value.
You get it, eh? Because you're saying you're making it cheap, but again, the person has to go to Mitiana to pick, and they have their own cooperatives again in Mitiana. So I thought you hope by reducing that, by creating a center pool, and the only thing you're attending to is the person who is buying the sack from you.
But the thing is, in order for this to work, we're going to work together with the agro-based wholesalers, with the farmers, and have all this done.
So, which means the only thing you want is your 20,000 for the agro-based farmer for the agro-based wholesaler to subscribe, and then you tell them we have farmers?
No.
So are you selling the products from the farmers?
No, we did not sell the product.
You can also give the other ones.
Okay, basically, this is a link between an agro-based wholesaler knowing exactly where to get what they want, easily on your mobile phone. Understand? Like, it's easily on a mobile phone. You just get your phone and get exactly what you want and know where to get what you want. Like, it's a wholesaler connecting to a farmer, like a real farmer.
So, how are these things coming to Nakasero?
Yes, then the thing.
Because which means the connections are already there.
Yes.
But
maybe we are better. Maybe we are going to the connection.
No, we need to be clear because we're going to bounce around.
Yes, the connections this farmer have, like the dealers, they can be dealers or brokers. They buy these products from the farmers at a cheaper price.
So, if I come to your platform today and I'm able to go to Mitiana and get the number of that farmer, will I come back to your platform? Because I've got...
It's okay. That's why we have this session, so that we can see where we are standing with our problem statements, okay? So, Mercy and team, Jibu, you have some streamlining to do. Align yourselves. Okay, APA, 1 minute.
Hello, my name is Sunita and I'm here about the APA, the academic personal assistant. First of all, it's very inconvenient for parents to keep going to schools to get reports, to get holiday packages, to get different information about schools. And the APA is for all levels of education, from primary to university. Like I explained before, it's very inconveniencing when you lose marks and do not get updates. So this is a WhatsApp integration where you get all this information on your WhatsApp. Like, you subscribe to a number, so it keeps sending you this is your child's report or this is your transcript, and you can download them. Yeah, so that's what we are trying to do.
Stick to universities.
To universities, eh?
Yes, I can easily go on anyway. And in fact, the reports are given based on school fees payment
Yes.
and circular attainment.
Yes, we're thinking of that. Like, of course, it's
Stick to
integrated.
universities.
Okay, but it's integrated with the system.
Stick to universities. Okay. How many children have phones and they have WhatsApp?
It's for the parents.
Exactly. And you want to get money, and the best subscriber there would be a university student. Okay. The other one is controlled by the parent. But here are people who want to hide their marks. Then the other thing you talked about, the Chambogo thing. It's what do they call that thing of ownership? Intellectual property. It's not that the nannies got lost. You follow the news very well. Intellectual property. So make sure you own intellectual property for your product.
Okay, and the other thing is our system wants to also give access to reading material.
To?
Reading material.
Now what's the purpose of Mwere?
No, Mwele is
You're
kind
going
of
far.
complicated. Okay.
Ochagera, we have cyber PLC, we have different e-learning systems. First stick to that small thing, which is unique.
Okay, thank you.
Are you going to give us reading material on WhatsApp?
Yes.
And we download, or you just informing us?
And you download it, yes.
I think you better inform us. Because now, if I'm a student of UMY and I'm studying SCCA, that information is even restricted. The moment, if you ask those people, the moment they watch the video today, within 1 week it's out. It's off the platform. Yet they paid a lot of money.
Okay.
Wow. Next up, the platter. 1 minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patra, and she's Sauda, and he's Ivan, and we are from the Platter. So the problem statement is, I'm going to have to read. Multitudes of small to medium local food businesses are facing stagnancy in growth because they cannot access provident and productive financial services. So the Platter is providing an automated business circle to enable business growth and scalability. Thank you, and I'm open to feedback.
Did you get it from the internet? Why are you reading it?
It's because we have just formulated it now before standing up.
You
So
didn't
it had not
discuss
yet
it?
sunk deep. We had. Though I still
Okay,
have.
so explain to me the Platter, because even what you've read, I've really not.
Yep. Okay.
It's like you're defining.
Okay, sure. So we have local food businesses that are operating for 15 years, 20 years, but they're not growing. And if they are not growing, they can't scale. And we believe that for any business to scale, they have to have their finances right. So as a Platter, we come in to solve the failure to grow and scale by fixing the finances. So we're using circles, automated circles, to allow three things. One, to help these businesses grow their reserves. That's what we call saving for people. Two, to access business finances in competitive terms. And three, to grow their financial literacy. Because to manage your finances, you need to understand what you're doing.
I think all of you, let's differ the circle and whatever the circle has from business management. If you're helping people in a circle and you say you're doing a circle, then I don't expect you to bring in these other things, that are beyond the circle. You're either helping them by financing them, you're either helping them by giving them financial advice. I've not really got where you earn from. You can look at it.
Next up,
Still sketchy.
rent management system. One minute.
everyone. Rental management system, but we changed it to Rental Pro. Here we are solving the problems faced by the landlords and tenants. So we are bridging a gap between the landlords and tenants due to the increased turnover rates in Uganda. Like most times you may find, I need an apartment to sleep. It's far away. Let me say I'm in the West. I need a place in Chura. So you find there are vacant places, but I have nowhere to get in touch. So you're creating an app whereby people in various locations are able to access on various platforms. So here it can be through links, it can be through Twitter or anything. So just go, you scan, and you find a location where you want to be. And how you're going to do this? To reduce on delay in occupancy and inaccessibility, that's going through the various apps and platforms. Then we are to use these to monitor, to enable the landlords monitor their property and also their financial transactions. Let me say I have an apartment, I just sit home, my tenant comes, pays, I receive the money through the app that we have to create.
So what's the purpose of Twitter, yet you already have an app? So are you looking for scammers?
Not really. We aren't looking for scammers, but there will be like restrictions.
So why should I install your app yet I can find the same house on Twitter that you're sending me to? So when I go to Twitter, who is putting the house on Twitter? Is it you or the landlord?
It's us.
Then what's the purpose of your app now?
Okay. Not everyone will be able to access the app. But as
How?
it is, various people use media platforms.
But they're going to be paying through your app.
Yes.
Now they can't access it, and they are supposed to pay through it. Are you marketing, and that's where you're earning from? Because when you talk about Twitter, publishing these houses on Twitter, it means you're very good at marketing. But one never knows.
Yes.
Concentrate on exchanging payments of rentals. Whether someone finds a house where and where, and that's the payment medium, thank you so much. If I want to pay my landlord and I go to, and they say they take a mobile money, that's a payment. I don't know how the guy looks like, but I know I've paid him. I don't need to go to Twitter to look for a landlord.
Yeah.
Because that's marketing.
Yes, to get your point.
Yes, okay. That's how they will be on the other day, when the questions come in.
Okay, next up, self-care.
They will all freeze.
One minute.
Hello, everyone. This is Team Self-Care. Healthcare costs are unexpectedly high, and patients cannot afford the care they need. Even more individuals have failed to save for their long-term healthcare needs. So we help patients in Uganda to pay for healthcare services by connecting them to a community of people who pool money together periodically to pay hospitals up front, and then we split the patients' medical bills into interest-free installment payments that suit their needs.
You've made AAR digital.
Sorry?
You've made AAR digital.
AR. AR is insurance.
And you can go to any hospital as long as, or they have their own.
Sorry?
As long as you're on AAR, you can go to any hospital, they have their own.
I think AR has a list of hospitals that they work with.
I'm the one frozen now. All right, so what I'm not getting there is the difference between you, Clinical Pesa,
Thank you.
Rocket Health. When you say you have a pool, which means you're also doing insurance. Because at the end, when someone goes to hospital, they contact you that I'm sick. That's why I'm asking, are you making AAR digital? Because I have to go with my AAR card.
Thank you for asking.
Yes.
AAR or any insurance platform, they offer prepayment. Clinic Pesa is a health saving. It's into health saving. They offer health saving accounts. Sale care is at the point of care. You don't need to save before it. We are offering post payment. So the person who saves is not the person who.
When I get sick and I fail to pay bills, I download your app.
We are at the hospital. We are going to develop our platform. So at the point of care when you need us. However, we are planning pre-sign-ups. So.
You've seen the action. You're dangling here and there.
Okay, let me make it simple for you. We are offering credit to patients.
When I get sick, I download your app.
No, you don't download the app. You go to the web app.
When I get sick, I go to your web app and I say, Biganye. Ninendi gazange. Make a stamp on her. You're still sketchy.
Help me understand what you mean by sketching.
You're not there yet. Have you seen the other story of the guy who took a certain hospital to court when he failed to raise 4M after his... So how would you solve
that? That is exactly what we are working with. Because when you go to hospital and you cannot afford to pay the bill at that point, either they refer you, or for some hospitals, they take you in, treat you, and then they detain you until you're able to pay. They're holding on to dead bodies so that you pay. So what we do is we pay the hospital upfront for your bill, and then we organize for you a payment
But this
plan.
guy, instead of asking for fundraising for 4M, he strictly said, government katuwano ye inochikwata, kamba suing. You get it? Which means even if you help him out, he's not going to do what? To pay. AAR digital. Find a way of making sure you stay in the same line and improve it. You agree or you're saying the man?
E-service. Quickly, 1 minute.
This is e-service. We are providing e-truck services. And this, we're based on two things. That's for the traders and the people who are living in urban centers where shifting is part of their lives, since most people can't afford permanent homes in urban centers. So we looked at the fact that if you can't afford a home, obviously always shift. And obviously when you check the real life scenario, people are always shifting. When you come there around Makerere, for instance, I know students who have so far shifted like over 5 times. But now, you're going to realize every time these people are shifting, they encounter some problems. Maybe there's property damage, there's high pricing because you're not sure of how much you should pay. Then sometimes you find you as a person, you can't negotiate. So then the traders, you find you're dealing in transportation of goods from maybe Western Uganda to Northern Uganda, maybe from Congo to Uganda, because we consider the scenario where there's some person.
Why would I need your app?
Yeah, you would need it because after looking at the problems here, we shall provide a situation whereby we register the different trucks. Obviously, we'll categorize them according to the services they provide. The pickups could be there for the shifters.
What is the problem?
The problem.
Me shifting my things?
Yeah, because one, there's pricing.
There's a local guy with a truck.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Hold.
Pardon, your question?
What is the problem there? Me shifting my things or my things getting lost? Or
your things being insecure and also getting damaged because or like high pricing. Another thing is
you've heard of UG movers?
Yeah.
So what difference are you making? You're making it digital?
Yeah, digital.
Why would I download your app? Because I'm shifting only today in 3 years.
Obviously, that's why we have a web application and a mobile app. For you, the one-time user, you just access using the web, then you can make your order and it's done.
Okay, we shall identify each other, but still sketchy.
Okay.
And you should also get another set of target customers.
All right.
Would you get that up?
Insure. 1 minute.
Okay. So people in Uganda, people are traveling every day and to everywhere. And then accidents are happening every day, everywhere during the travel process. And then those accidents are causing property damage, loss of lives, and injuries. However, the process of trying to acquire compensation, both treatment, repair, and replacement is still complex and bureaucratic. So to solve that, we are coming up with Insure Wallet that is there to ease the process of subscribing to insurance premiums and also monitoring your benefits so that in case of a challenge, you quickly connect up through the application and get compensation.
And do you have any digital service financial providers in insurance that you're partnering with? Or you're going to do the insuring yourself?
No, we are going to do that with the help of insurance companies.
Okay, thank you.
Already provided.
Next up, the FinTech devotees. Are they out?
They are coming. Insurance, I don't know why I wouldn't go to the Prudential app than coming through you.
Team FinTech devotee. Our app is about saloon services. I think everyone needs a saloon, one way or the other, the kids, the moms, the dad, everyone in a home. So we are developing this app to bring services near to people. Let's say you have moved from one location to the other and you don't know which saloon to go to, or you don't know who can come to your home and provide those services. So our application will help you to identify who does the nails better, which salon can you go to, who can come to your home. Or let's say you have kids, you don't want to move with them. Kids can be a bit handy, mothers or caretakers know that. So you can get someone to come to your home and do their hair from there. Or instead of you going to town to look for someone to work on your hair, sometimes the person you are going to meet in town, who's always on the street also looking for someone to work on, comes from the same location where you are coming from. Why don't both of you save on transport? You hook up, they do your hair or your nails within the location. So the application will save time and gives you that convenient atmosphere to do your nails or hair or anything at your convenience.
You are saved.
Come again?
You are saved. You are saved.
I'm saved, thank you.
But
Yes.
I think you try to concentrate more of selling the products to the saloons than the other character around, because the other character is kind of rare, a bit rare. And then who are you connecting? So you have Mama Nachi's salon that has only 2 members, save a member for you, or you're only going to deal with Mystic and whatsoever expensive parlors that I see?
Actually, not expensive ones, because here my target are those people who can't even open up salons and you want to do the hair. So you can always go there. On your profile, I do nails, I can do weaves, I can do that, then we bench for those. Then if you want to come as a salon as well, we list your salon and what you do.
Okay, that's good. Look at quality, who is serving me, but I prefer you would better concentrate on the hair products and whatsoever.
Tegeka? One minute. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, so we realize that in the communities existing, you find that in every community there is a circle that is being formed or created to enable the users to save their money. But however, these challenges are, these circles are collapsing due to different challenges like poor governance, fraud, poor leadership, with other many challenges. So Tegesa is an SMS and web-based solution that is going to help these circles to solve these challenges, which gives them a platform where they can register from wherever they are.
Providing management services for the circles, or you have a circle? Are you providing management services for the circles, or you have a digital circle?
These are management services.
So where is the payment now, and why would you need an app?
It's a web-based, not an app.
Yes, even if it's web-based, are you providing a system where circles are going to?
No, this is a system where circles can come and create like their own circles, not circles coming into one circle.
So you're providing a digital platform for rudimentary circles to have a savings and a monitoring.
Yes.
So you're providing a dashboard for digital circles.
Yes.
And make sure you put something, because there must be a central governance. Either it's connected to a bank.
Yes, that's right. Go green.
Meanwhile, if I were you, I would look at helping families create value proposition for whatsoever money they have for.
1 minute.
Good afternoon. We are Team Go Green. I am Mariam Havila Mirembe. This is Sharon and this is Joanne. So our problem statement from Go Green. There are different organizations and individuals who try to fight the climate crisis. So you will find an individual person like Havila. I want to reduce the plastic bag pollution in Kampala, and I will start to try to put some friends of mine on board, but they want payment, and I cannot afford money for 50 people. So what Go Green is doing
is we are helping people access funds and helping people and organizations access funds to fight different climate initiatives.
Go green, I think you should be the central point without, you should be the central point where whoever wants to go green with their idea comes to you, but you're doing the crowdfunding from the other people and distributing.
Pardon?
I think you should be the central point where whoever wants to go green with their idea, someone will want to go green by collecting plastics, but they need funding. You get it? They reach out to you, but for you have a pool. They don't need an app. I don't think so. They need to sign an MOU unless you're going to go person by person. You understand? So the solution is more into a business and a policy based than financial. If it is financial, it means you're distributing funds. Because the policies won't allow $4 million to go through an app. You've heard of accounts being frozen, yet they are even helping government itself. So go and revise the policies, and then you find a way of applying the technology very well. You're more on the distribution side better.
We should distribute funds.
Thank you so much. For whoever wants to go green, whoever wants to promote going green.
Autopay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Linda and we are Team Autopay. We realize most people forget to pay bills, for example, electricity bills, TV subscriptions, and all those bills. And then the gap in this is that people forget. For example, if your dad has to pay for your grandmother in the village, the TV subscription, water bills, and he has forgotten because he's busy. So he came up with Autopay to automate the payments of the bills, whereby the person will get reminders, and then they are reminded to save, and then when they save and the bill is due, the app automatically pays the bill for them.
So does the app pay the bill on credit, or I put a pool of money and I put like a standing order for the transaction to occur?
The app has a pool of money. You top up money on your account, and then from that pool of money, that is where it's deducted from and paid automatically.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Elevation. After elevation is you're up there. After elevation. 1 minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Team Elevation. So every day, 15 women in Uganda die from pregnancy and child-related birth causes. And we also realize that most women in Uganda, the pregnant women, they lack enough preparation and sufficient funds during their time of conception. And in the hospitals, the doctors charge the pregnant women highly, mostly those ones undergoing the C-section, with a rough estimate of around 1.5 M and above, compared to their annual salary. So we came up with Kutairisha web-based application, which is a goal-based app that is going to help us, that is going to help the pregnant women to make enough preparations during their time of delivery and maternity time through savings and baby shower campaigns.
So, how are you helping these ladies? Are you collecting money for them? Are you?
How we are helping the ladies is like we are helping the ladies that are earning less by creating a platform where they can meet and save. When you're expecting a child.
This is what I'm going to ask you to do. I think you become events manager for the pregnancy year.
Okay, let me talk about baby showers.
Leave the baby showers. Application. Pay me. I make sure that you have the mama kit ready. I make sure that I transport you to hospital. I make sure you get it. Manage me during my pregnancy. I think that summarizes it all. Maybe no baby shower, bichi.
No, let me talk about a baby shower.
Okay.
From our perspective, the normal tradition is that every pregnant woman out there looks forward to their baby shower. So what Kutarisha is doing, we are changing the trend. We are trying to change the trend. But it's not about taking pictures. It's not about meeting, eating. This time we create digital baby showers whereby contribution.
It's a culture. You're not going to fight it. They copy them from wherever they copy, they bring it. Are you getting it? It's a culture. Whether you have the app or not, they copy them. Baby showers were not here before. You get it, eh? That's just a culture. You're not going to fight it. Put it out. I'm saying, simply manage my whole pregnancy so that I don't need to worry. You pick me, all I need to do is pay money for my wife. You pick her up, take her to the doctor, find the right whatsoever, make sure the pampers are there whatsoever until the person delivers. Hey, na even if you kunganya center, these ladies, they akamez already kabaka julada. Thank you so much.
Is there a...
Where do we focus here? Okay. Good afternoon, friends. We are Team Izere. I am Shamim Nirere. She's Harriet and Isabel. Would like to demystify the idea of investment. We are young people. There are so many people who are educated, but they don't know how they can change their 20,000, their 100,000 into revenue that grows passively. Yet, on the other hand, we have amazing enterprises that have potential to grow if they could be invested in money occasionally by people who have the money and they don't know how to use it. So what we are trying to do is we are saying we want to, the information is already there, I want to bring it down to you and educate you about how you can invest in these enterprises and make it simplified for you that you can, with your 100,000, you can invest in a potential enterprise that would grow, and you make the money, the enterprise grows, and it's basically a win-win. How do we benefit? As the people who are giving you that education and that platform, we are also investing in your enterprise. So we have the money, we benefit from that growth, and the person who also earns the money on their investment, we also keep small money on that.
Shamim, you're still running in circles. You're talking about the children, you know? So, is it the children saving, investing, or it's their parents?
We basically want to make investment easy for anybody, regardless whether you're a child, you're a young person, you're in university, you're in this room. You can be able to invest as long as you have some money.
So what are you doing? You're providing like educational services, like, I don't know, tutoring, mentoring services for us to save, to invest? or you investing for us?
So basically, we are saying that the reason people are not investing is because this information is already there on Uganda Securities Exchange, but why are we not using it? So we are bringing this information to you and enabling the process to make it so easy for you to do it.
So you're not investing for me. You're just telling me
No,
this is how I'm supposed to
we are
invest.
we are providing that service.
Thank you. Now, today I've got that information that it actually exists. Why would I need your platform?
If you did what?
Now I know that the information exists. Why would I need your platform?
But people already know that information exists. Why are they not doing it? Because it is not easy. It's not simplified. We want to make sure that for you to invest 20,000 and you see it grow is so seamless.
Exactly. So you would solve by helping me invest than just providing me the information because it already exists.
Yes, we're helping you do that, utilize that information.
I already know that the information exists. You get it? You're also aware that the information exists, but the people are not taking it up because either they don't know how to invest or they ignore it. Not so? So you cannot be helping me by just educating me.
No, education is just like a 10% of the process because even people lose money in a lot of scams.
What? You're lacking a major focus. So what should you focus on? Are you focusing on letting me know of the information or reinvesting for me?
We are helping you invest.
Exactly.
That money.
The money. Yeah. So.
And we are helping also the enterprises get the investment from our investors.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So now, you're investing in what?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. We have a lot of potential businesses that don't...
I'm looking for the focal point.
The focal point is we are the bridge. Maybe if I take an example of your organization that doesn't have... It's not listed on the stock exchange, but you're profitable and have potential. You could use some money to grow. And there are people here with their 100,000, they also want their money to grow. So we are providing that bridge and investing it for you, also working to make sure that both parties benefit.
So, Shamin, because of time, I think we'll have some time for more interaction, but you're still sketchy in there. You get it, There is no sense of direction of why I should. But because of time, we shall interact with Cleo, and then we see. We need you to find that point of convincing me why I should get to your platform or get your service.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Wow, what a session. Do you agree? Thank you so much, Simon. Yeah, we appreciate the iron hand in straightening us to get to the point that is the whole gist of why we are here. Okay? Yeah, so we appreciate you, Simon. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let's have a social media moment. So you're going to take out your phones and write something about the session that has just taken place. Educate whoever is following. Let them know. 5 minutes.
Enjoy the social media moment. Don't forget the hashtags Women in FinTech, Level 1 Project, include everyone. And also don't remember that today before midnight, you should submit your problem statement and business case. Before midnight. Someone is asking how are we submitting. After the mentorship session, Simon is going to take you through the academic portal where you're going to submit from, and also Innocent took you through Level 1 project principles. On the portal, there is that course and it has quiz. So you're also asked to attempt the quiz. Okay, so we're missing one team, and they are here. Yes.
You have 1 minute to give us your problem statement.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Karen, and this is Team Sweno. Our idea is wait us. Due to the economic crisis and the inflation that's happening, not only in Uganda and the world at large, we have come up with an idea that will enable low-income earners access utility services on credit.
So if I don't have money for your car, you lend me?
Not necessarily that we lend you, but we want to partner with the service providers such as MTN, Airtel, Umeme, National Water, to be able to give these services to the people on credit.
Okay. You can have a seat. We shall liaise more.
Okay, so our presentation session is officially done. I hope you've shared on social media. Have you added the hashtags? You're adding? Okay. So I'm going to invite Charlotte to invite our mentor, our second mentor for the day. Yeah. Get ready to learn a lot in this session. You have notebooks, prepare them, take notes, okay? Write down questions so that you can engage after. Thank you.
Okay.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, all the things that have presented. And as you have been corrected, try to work on your problem statement. When you present a problem statement, people shouldn't have to ask you what. It should be so clear, so precise, so specific, to the point. So try to work on that. So up next, we have Wendy Namfo. She's Chief Operations Officer of Kuda. Yes, she's going to talk more about herself. Wendy, you're most welcome. Please, energy.
Solve my projection issues. So you're going to give me 2 minutes, and then I'll be back, okay? presentation starts. As we wait for my presentation to be projected, I am going to briefly introduce myself, which I'll probably do again because it's part of the presentation. But I would really like to know everyone in this room. So I'll start quickly. I'm Wendy. Wendy Namfo. I am the CEO of Kuda Bank Uganda. It's a neo bank, which means digital-only bank. Yeah, that's where we go in the future. So, I don't know how you guys want to do this, but I'd really like to know everyone by name as we wait for that technicalities to work out. Where do I start? Oh, so I have chocolates for the most energetic people in the room. Yeah, I got chocolates. So I will pass the microphone to definitely does. See the energy behind. Hello, Wendy. How are you? Okay. Winfred, Team Kawaza. I'm the team leader.
Hi, my name is Faith Kura, Team Kawaza.
Currently, we are here to pitch an idea. Our problem statement is about target savings today among women and youth in the rural areas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Atim Mori, Team Kawaza.
Tabitha Matthew from Team Haduka. It's an online platform for empowering women in business to adapt the online business model.
Let's start off the show, Team Haduka.
My name is Chiga Marian Olivia. We are Team Puna House Property Masters. We bridge the gap between landlords and eligible tenants.
Hello, my name is Nama Vision, Team Puna House Property Masters.
Hello, my name is Christopher Ayesiga, Team Puna House Property Masters.
My name is Luke Joseph, Team Puna House Property Masters.
Excited team. Hi everyone, I'm Karen Janjira. We are Team Sweno with Waiter as the idea. Yeah. This is Sophia Nabale, this is Init Baluka, and this is 1-year-old Sandra.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Osbert Kilizabose. We are Team Plans Resource. Thank you.
Everyone will tell is my name.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nabulwa Patra Higemi, and the team is called The Platter. Yeah. What we do is we help small traditional food businesses grow by providing them financial services.
Hello, I am Salvina Swanga from The Platter.
Hello, I'm Visha Ivan Jalagata from Team Platter.
Hi everyone, I'm Naliange Kevin from Empowermentr. Our system is mainly helping landlords in managing their property.
I'm Sisha Margaret Ann.
Is this like Empowermentr? I mean, Vanessa Empowermentr.
Hello everyone, Evelyn Nakanwaji, Team Ensure Wallet. I'm at Kwase Tracy, Team Ensure Wallet.
I'm Moko Faith with Sales Care.
I'm Victoria Nachito, Sale Care.
Sharon Nicole, Sales Care. I'm Christina English, who is Deputy Devotee. We are doing the app about
Hi everyone, I'm Bukera Angela, Team Elevation.
Hi everyone, I'm Aditya Kasimsha in Elevation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rodney. I'm on Team Autopin.
Ara, Team Auto. Automatically tariff bills. Hi everyone, I'm Joanna Elva, Team Go Green. Hi everyone, I'm Mariam Havila Miranda, Team Go Green. Good afternoon, Sharon, Go Green.
Knowing what all you guys do, but because of time, I think we have some time and much.
Hello everyone, my name is Nakuda Jubilee, Teacher 7.
Elisha Nampuela, E-Truck Services.
Hello everyone, I'm Namu Gamata, E-Truck Services. Hello everyone, I'm Zahara Didi, E-Truck Services.
Hello. Calling Sexual System.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenyan citizen, Team Jibu. I'm Macklin, Team Jibu. Hello, I'm called Masila from Jibu. Think about the water. No, not the water. Actually, Jibu in society means the answer. So we are creating a platform for agro-wholesalers, like farmers or cooperative unions that do the farming. We provide for them a platform, connect them to market nationwide. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Harriet and I'm from Team Izere.
Hi everyone, Shamim Mirele, Team Izere.
Rambawazi.
Hi, I'm also Denny. I'm Team Adua. We are doing event ticketing.
Hi everyone, I'm Nakaiza Shamim, Team Tegeka.
Hello everyone, I'm Michelle, Team Tegeka.
Okay, we are digitizing circles.
Hello, I'm Asha, Team Tegeka. Hi everyone, I'm Maria Vivian Power, Team Lima Pesha. No, we are moving farmers from circles so that they can become independent on our platform.
Hi, my name is Sunita. I'm doing an academic personal assistant.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been nice to know what everyone is working on. So now it's my turn. Yeah? Can you hear us? Yes, okay. So as earlier, just a recap, my name is Wendy Nafo. I'm the CEO of Kuda Bank Uganda, which is a new bank that I explained earlier. And that's my contact. Just going to be telling you a bit, just a little brief about who I am, my background, specifically my career or my professional background. I think the other parts are pretty boring. I was just in the village picking mangoes. How do I do this? So, I am 32 years old. I'm older. Yes, I like that face. Yes, I'm 32 years old. started my real work after I finished school sometime before 2014, clearly. I did all kinds of jobs that you can ever imagine. I'm telling you this for context for later in our presentation to know where I get the drive, what helps me wake up in the morning, what helps me perform the way I perform. So anyway, I think my first job was in a restaurant as a cashier because I did accounting and finance, but it was a night job, which I enjoyed because there was a lot of music and I love music. So I was like, well, just counting money and dancing around, why not? I definitely got dissatisfied after a very short period of time because that's who I am. I catch things and move forward. But anyway, my first professional job was in the call center at Africell from 2014 to 2016. I worked as those people that you call. Yeah, the ones you abuse, eh? That person. And I remember everyone, by the way. So, and then I went to back office, where I was now handling, like, back office issues. So I wasn't picking the calls anymore. It's like, it's a sort of promotion. Big deal in the call center world. Anyone works in the call center here? You get it. You get it. So anyway, after that, I went to sales representative in the shop. So that's where my turning point kind of happened, where I realized that for someone to be able to have you ever been in a small space and you can't have enough wiggle room to show your abilities? Working in a call center is that kind of thing because the job is plain and simple. You know, pick your calls, say things that are on a script, and that's it. And be nice, even when you don't want to be. So now I'm in the shops. We get in the shops, it's a big deal. I was told I was going to be selling, you earn commission over the sales. I get to the shop, there are 5 computers, we were 8. So now after the new ones, we're like, well, you can't sell. Just welcome the people. This is a tough one. But I swallowed it. I said, you know what? I'm going to welcome people to the best of my ability. Like, if it means saying, like 10 people come in, what do you want? I did it for 2 days. And the operations manager for Africell at the point gave a call to the manager of the shop and said, someone told me someone was so happy to welcome customers in. I wanted to know who that was. So the manager was like, oh, it's Wendy who was doing that. All day, just when like, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. But to the best of I hated it. I didn't like it. I performed really well at my university. This is something I was not meant to be doing. But hey, it's what I had. It's what was paying my bills. I did it to the best of my ability. Immediately, they're like, oh, yeah, she's very vibrant. We should take her to manage a shop as a cashier more. Just like that. I got to become a shop manager doing my own sales. And that didn't last long because now I knew the trick. Whatever they throw at you, just do it to the best of your ability. So then, 2018, 2020, 2020, I moved to customer experience specialist in Jumo. This was much better upgrade. I'm working with, I don't know if you know the Wewole product and the More Center product you've had? Yeah, so I was working with the team that was working on that, on the Wewole product. And very interestingly, there was a lot to learn. It was not as stressful, but I knew my trick. I knew I had to work more. I had to do an extra bit. In all the countries that Jumo was in at the time, I think 6 countries, I made sure I did something different. Again, it worked because I was giving it my best. I was promoted to customer experience supervisor for Africa and Asia. So now I was managing the means of the time for the rest of the countries in Africa and Asia. It was amazing. Stressful, there's a lot to learn. You have to learn things from marketing, you have to learn things from portfolio, and all that stuff. Which was a very good experience because then you have so much knowledge about the entire company that you can be placed in your sleep. You wake up in your sleep and you're like, oh no, we are doing this because of that. And then I was then promoted to country operations manager. That's where the magic happened. Yeah? I feel like I'm not connected to that people. That's where the magic happened for me. We were at a point where we were trying to launch More Center. The project had dragged for 5 years. Ever since I had joined Jumo in 2016, team country manager, I managed to actually launch more centers. After all the experience, after all the learning over the years, after all the hassle and things that I didn't want to do, I just had the right skills for the moment to be actually able to bring a product into this market. I celebrated because I'm like, it was a tough project. But anyway, later on, good things come with good rewards. I was poached by Kuda that I'm working with right now. On my personal note, that's my daughter Ivory. Yeah. Why are you rushing? You think I don't want to hear the R's? Anyway, she keeps me up at night, in the day, and all those things. Next slide, please. So let's get to the real stuff. Personal growth. This guy. So personal growth, as you know, success and rest do not sleep together, or well, at least not in the same bed. So it's now time for the chocolates. I need everyone, not everyone, but at least one member from the team to just tell me what your understanding of personal growth is, what it means to you. If you've been on a path to personal growth before, I just want to know if we're on the same wavelength in the room. You have an answer or you want us to?
Okay, I want the street back and have an answer. So I believe personal growth is three things: learning new things, unlearning the things that don't fit the person you're becoming, and relearning things. Thank you.
You guys have no answers, yeah? Moving on.
I'm waiting for my own chocolate.
Hi, I'm dissociative. I'm never introduced myself. Okay, personal growth, my own perspective is how do you make yourself better or stand out towards what you're trying to achieve. Like in my career, I was always shocked when I could look at job descriptions of bureaucrats. You find you're going to move out of campus but you don't have those skills. So I was in hand for knowledge for all the time that I was at campus to have the skills when I ran into the job market, and it worked for me.
Great. Personal growth.
Okay, mine is group one. Personal growth is like self-improvement, enhancing your qualities and your ways, like behavioral or character and also the attitude.
I think personal growth is understanding and discovering yourself and then working upon the things that are around you, like career.
Like that you mentioned other parts, like just outside your career and the other relationships too.
Personal growth is where you find that you're motivated in yourself, you feel like you want to learn anything that comes on your way without any guide of any other person.
To me, it's like it's just a development of an individual, be it physically, mentally, psychologically. It's becoming a better version of you every time. This is the process of becoming a better person.
steps to who you want to be. Thank you.
Personal growth is social improvement. It can be financially, academically, in all aspects.
Okay, for me, personal growth is finding yourself, like knowing yourself and knowing what you can do, the ability that is inside you, and using your passion plus skills to impact lives. I like the part of impact because it shouldn't just be yourself but also the others around you.
Personal growth refers to techniques of improving one's habits, behaviors, actions, and reactions. This can be learning how to control anger, personal development and skills, how you can develop yourself in various.
I'll Google here, right? I feel like I'm reading from wow. So you guys?
I think personal development is individual development, mentally, physically, financially, getting out of your comfort zone to improve yourself.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. To me, personal growth is being open to new experiences and embracing challenges as they come to help you better yourself and others.
Personal growth to me, Susan Kenyanji. So personal growth to me is self-awareness and realization, which leads to achievement of your own, your career goals, your everything as you working, everything you're working on.
In my opinion, personal growth is reflecting to your life. You identify what's wrong with me, how can I fix it, I actually fix it, and something that makes you happy, change something about yourself. Thank you. You guys want to define personal growth? Okay, I think we have the last hand up. Last team, and then.
Personal growth is a continuous process of getting to know who you really are and continuously working on your skills to fit the purpose that you're in at that moment.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back to the room. Okay. All your answers are correct. I'm glad that you all have an understanding of what personal growth is. And to be honest, there's nothing new I'm going to be discussing today. But once in a while, we all need a reminder on the things we need to focus on. Because a day comes and you just don't know where your path is, you don't know what you're up to. And your actions, we need to be very intentional with everything that we do. Shall we please go to the next slide? So, to me, personal growth, in very few words, is the growth of self. And the most important realization for anyone is to actually understand that there is no single formula. That's why all your answers are actually right. The way you believe personal growth is might not be exactly how they believe it is. It might be economical for someone else, like you're driving nice fancy cars, and another person is having a good job title, Another person, it might be success, might be having children. So, but that part is not treated in, it's not treated in solid ink. It's something that is very personal to anyone. I guess that's why it's called personal. So, I want to talk about self-confidence. Why self-confidence? I think for people to realize their personal growth or to be on the path of personal growth, you need to have confidence to start with. And I'm not talking about confidence to come and to stand in front of a room to be able to give a speech. I'm talking about true confidence to yourself. That kind that will help you say, with nobody watching, but I'm going to do this thing. Are you confident enough to face certain things on your own as a true person, like your true self, to face any challenge that might come in your day? So I'm going to be using a few life experiences, and feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to also chip in if you want to contribute on something, if you want to make a point more clear. So facts. We all have different goals and priorities, which means different activities and different things make us happy. For example, she is very happy because she had chocolate, but it's not exactly what makes Susan happy. We all have different things that make us happy. But how do you channel that energy to make something more positive for yourself? And we all have times where our self-confidence is really, really low. We have, something might happen in your life, a life-changing situation per se, and you might feel like, I can't go on. I'm not good enough. You might be rejected somewhere and still feel, I'm not good enough for this thing. But guess what? It's your attitude towards that thing, that event. The way you respond to it will either impact your personal growth path positively or negatively. You might end up, what are you begging for? Sweet, you want a candy? You good? So anyway, you need to make sure that your responses to these things that might happen, it might be a relationship with, a boyfriend and girlfriend. It might be a relationship with your parents that they never believed in you. It might be a relationship with your teacher or your lecturer that might say, you're not that good. Simple statements, and that might just change how you think about things. That the next thing you try to face that a challenge, you might be scared to face it because someone put you down at some point. Let's go on. So how do you manage your personal confidence? What are some of these things? Our everyday things that we just need a reminder on how we actually can be able to have more self-confidence in ourselves. In front of our peers, but also on ourselves. The zeal that will help us to wake up every morning and say, you know what, I want to build an app that will solve this problem. Because you guys are all very, like, me at your age, I wasn't solving problems, to be honest. I was like doing other things. So you guys are already a step ahead. But that thing, there are people who don't have it, and it's good to always have a reminder on why am I doing this. So, in regards to self-confidence, it's very important for you to realize or recognize the fact that your self-confidence will have an impact not only in your life, your work, your home, everywhere. The moment you have that fear that holds you back, you're not going to be able to do anything. I'll give you a live example. In my time, shortly after I had my daughter, I just didn't know how to be a mom. I thought I had it. I read. I had from people. I knew the things I wanted to do step by step. I had a timetable, like we're going to wake up at this time, we're going to shower at this time, we're going to do this, we're going to eat this, we're going to drink this at this time. Guys, child dropped, nothing was working. She had nothing. I was so frustrated that I started thinking it was my problem. I'm the one who's not good enough to raise this child. Like, how can I be such a bad mother? Meanwhile, I'm on maternity leave. These thoughts keep growing in my head until I go back to work. The next time I was at work, because my confidence was already low, anything that slightly happened, I had a problem. You call my name on a Zoom meeting and I'm like, oh God, what am I going to say? Even when I know what to say. So I had to face this, to face my demons at a point and say, I'm done. I was this person and I'm not going to let the fact that me being a mother is not working out pretty well to put me down. So we talk about, valuing. determine your self-worth. Just don't compare yourself to another person. We're all different. We all have very big different strengths. Her strength is not her strength. It will never be the same at any one time. So this business of saying, oh, we left school and someone has a car, you guys have not yet faced those problems. Eh? They are coming. So please be aware, there are those people that will leave university and they have a red carpet to success. And then there are people like me who are like, I'm going to hustle this road until I get where I want to get. The thing is, you all get there. Some faster than others, but you all get there. So you just have to keep it in your mind. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm going to send my own. I want to be here in 2024, and I'm going to work towards that. Not because Patricia has a Range Rover, you have to have it. No, it's okay to have your bicycle, but you all get there. So then set realistic goals. Don't think you're going to be the president of Uganda in the next 1 year when we don't even have elections. You understand? The people who are just random. Set something you relate to. For me here, what I explained earlier, for me how I took this was, in my job, in the call center, how can I be the best? How can I deliver better than what anyone is delivering? How can I be, what can I do? So I set a goal to myself and said, I'm going to be the best call center agent that this company has ever had. And I started working towards that. 6 months into the job, I was getting a promotion. Because that goal was more realistic. I wasn't going to say I'm going to start working for Bank of Uganda. I didn't even have the papers for Bank of Uganda. So set goals that are relatable, are achievable because they boost you up. They make a win. You move that hurdle to the next part. You win that, you move that hurdle. It's an easier journey, and it's easy for you to have a lot of things to talk about in terms of your wins. I'm going to go very fast through these ones around compliments. Give and accept compliments. There are people you will tell, hey, you're good at this, and they'll say no. Also, I used to be that person. Yes. But accepting a compliment is actually self-confidence. It builds you. Feedback, negative, positive. I was seeing one of the moderators being quite tough and asking questions. That is good. Because when you don't have those pillars, you don't know where you're lacking. If you don't have that person that's going to ask you those tough questions, you won't know. You'll just keep thinking everything is nice and smooth and, you're good. But so have those people who tell you both positive and negative feedback, and how you respond to it really does have an impact on your personal growth. Take responsibility for your actions. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Admit, and then work on an action part. What am I going to do about this? Like, I failed this one. What am I doing next year? Hey, I wasn't the winner in this, in this year's class. What can I do next year that can make it better? Because if you have the belief that you can do it, just work on the edges and definitely you will have a time when you can make it. Self-talk, affirmations. I don't know how many of you have self-talk. Does anyone talk to themselves here? Yeah? That is good. Keep going. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like this day is not doing it right for me, look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know if the guys here look at themselves in the mirror. Those who understand what I'm saying, you understand. Tell yourself, Wendy, today you're going to stand in front of this many people and you're going to speak. Okay? Wendy might not feel comfortable around that, I might not feel comfortable about that situation, but hey, I've told you and we're going to do it. So it's that thing that you need to have. Tell yourself you're blessed. Tell yourself you're lucky. Tell yourself you're smart. Even when you feel down, but you don't even know what to put in your... What's that thing you're working on? Business case? Problem case? Problem statement. You can do it because you have to affirm. You have to believe it first before you actually bring it up. Be true to yourself. That's just what integrity is about. And then embrace failure. It's okay to fail. Yes? The logistics are up. Too much. Yes.
Can we talk about times where the conversations in your head are not going right? You people are just accepting.
There are those times when your head is telling you different things and you're like, no, can you stop? So let's talk about that time when the conversations are not the nice ones of you are blessed. No, it's just going with negative.
That's interesting. Shall I take the second question? Okay, usually when that's why we do so talk, and so when the conversation is negative in your head, then you have to affirm, like, I'm blessed, I'm this. Even when you tell you, even when you deep down you feel, I've been having bad luck in this field, but please go ahead and tell yourself, I'm blessed, I'm going to win this, I'm going to do this. That is it. I got students, I got teachers, I'm winning.
I'd like to speak into what you said. It is really important to be aware of how you're feeling and maybe set goals or say, if I'm feeling below the line, how do I get above the line every single day so I'm not feeling like this longer? For example, my growth goal this year is to manage my energy levels and not slip into below the line mostly. So sometimes if we adopt that this positivity of saying, no, even when everything, even in the middle of the storm, I want to be positive, you can clear a morph into toxic positivity, even you extend it to other people, which is detrimental, because the truth is we have to really be aware. So it's striking a balance between the two.
Thank you. I like what you say about positive, toxic. You know those people that are extra too positive, like they pass the line? That you're like, okay, we all know that soil is, red. You can't tell me it's now or, well, oh, it's even close. Blue. And they're like, okay, and they believe it. They believe it so much. It becomes toxic to the people around, so that's what she meant. I think the last question is on the other side.
Anyway, my own perspective when it comes to personal growth is, how are you feeding your mental health? Is your mental health good? Are you advocating for your mental health? Are you caring about your mental health? How is your mental health? How do you talk to yourself? Let's pose that question to all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I think we touched base on the embrace failure. Yes, we did. So, it happens. You move on, you start again. So then the art of apology. It's weird that I put apology in, confidence and personal growth. There are people in this world that cannot say sorry. You can't even take it for granted. There are people that can't say sorry. Like, even if you took their big plan or their chapels, they're like, I'm not saying sorry. Like, it has to be, you can't, they just can't. It's like when they say, I'm sorry, it's them saying they're wrong. But that level of acceptance, to know that, hey, I wronged someone, or I did something not worth doing, you need to be able to actually say sorry for it. Because the moment you say sorry, it's the first point of realization that, okay, I did this, it wasn't good, I had someone failing, or made people lose money, and this is what I have to do. Now, if you stay on the other side of the refusing to say, you never learn. You find that people who actually are not apologetic end up repeating the same mistakes over and over again, even if they try. They just won't, because to them, their brain has not made that switch or that difference to say, wrong, this is the right thing. You're still on the other side. So then eliminate fear. Face your demons, like I said. Face your demons. Look at the things that you hate the most, but you think will have an impact in your life. Face them and say, today I'm going to do this. The high people team can speak to it in regards to me and all the people have been, it's been a journey. I would never be able to stand here and start talking. Why? Like, why would I? Why are you asking me to speak? Like, my conversation with Charlotte or Innocent, if you called me to come and tell me you're going to sit on this panel, me, it's an attack. Why are you telling me? Why don't you leave me alone? It's like, no, you're going to. These guys. But then I learned something. Because I knew I wanted to go, I was like, I'll just keep saying yes. I'll just keep going. And we're going to discuss, like saying yes later. But just to touch on it's not something I say I would enjoy and I'm looking forward to. No. But I'm say, I'm going to face my fears and I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to get done with it and the people I'm talking to are going to have fun and have sweets. So then you move forward. So anyway, again, expand your intelligence, literally, like be diverse. If you're talking about border borders, know about border borders. Just a little. If you're talking about science, know about science. If it's Bitcoin, know Bitcoin. If you want to talk about Simani Mama who has a small hotel in Kamocha and how the Kamocha situation works, know about that. Because knowledge is power, as it said. As much of information you know, you're able to Then, my second point of discussion is to thrive or survive. How many are for thriving? How many are for surviving? Who is just there? You. Please note I didn't put a part for those who are just there, so I'll touch base on the other guys. But anyway, thriving or surviving. It's absurd because most people actually, let me not just break it down to Ugandans, we just survive. We have this survival instinct that comes naturally, but some of us embrace it too much. You're like, as long as I have my job, I can parent, I save like 200K, everything is fine. To put it in Luganda terms, you know those people who don't kwegomba beyond, they'll stick in a bad relationship, they'll be in the same job for 10, 20 years. I'm not quoting anybody. So these people are just surviving. Now the people who thrive become uncomfortable. It's people who go like, okay, this is exciting, I like it, I've learned how to do it, there's impact, they move to the next step. I'll give real life examples that you guys relate to. For example, how many things that Innocent do and his team, they're like, there's always something cooking. These are people that have embraced thriving. Let's go to the next step. Then how do you thrive? These are my own personal experiences, what I've done to make myself the kind of person that I want to be, and not just survive. I don't like survival. I don't deal with survival. I'd rather be in pain than surviving, because then it makes me uncomfortable, that I'll work towards thriving. So make each day a masterpiece, be it Monday, be it Tuesday, or the weekend. It should be the same. Give your 100% or 110% to executing any tasks that you have to do on every single day. Because if you say, you know what, Monday, it's just Monday, I'll do my work on Wednesday.
My friend, when you're a survivor, Wednesday is going to come and you're going to push that deadline to Friday. The next thing you know, you're like the master of procrastination. You're like in it, and those people have excuses. Speaking of excuses, I just remember what my daughter was telling me the other day, because I'm trying to ask her to eat food, and she goes like, "But my tummy, but my chest," and then she goes like, "But my hair." I'm like, "What does your hair have to do with food?" So I probably need to present this to her for her to understand that we won't be doing that kind of drama. So also, live your life in a 2-minute drill. Do we all understand what the 2-minute drill is? So 2-minute drill, let's say you have 2 teams participating in something. The second team that is very close, let's say the first team is there and the second team is here. It's very close to winning, and they just need to put in a little bit more effort to win. They're not so far from winning the race. They're very close if they just add a few things, and they do have the resources to do those few things. So that 2-minute drill is that turnaround time when you're watching that football match, and you know Manchester was winning, and out of the blue, I like Manchester, Liverpool was winning. Was winning or something. Then another team does actually what? Wins. Just that minute. You know, that's the 2-minute drill. Like things just flip and everyone's like, "Oh my God, I thought." So that's the attitude we need to have. In your head when you're doing any task, you keep going. Okay. Again, on how do we thrive, be able to be open to experiences, try out new things, talk to strangers. One thing that I like to talk to about, let's say, strangers, I do that. It's easy, one-on-one conversations, I'm okay. But one time, last week actually, I was traveling, and I met a gentleman that was holding a suitcase that had like a Stanbic thing. So I was like, "Oh, banking, I should talk to this person." So I go next to them and say, "Hello, how are you?" Cabin chat. You know, you just talk and that conversation ends there. Everyone goes where they're going. It's very weird. But later I found them at another airport on the same flight. So I'm talking about different, we're now talking, "Oh, the flight was harsh," or "It was this," and all those things. Just typical conversations. And it turns out we now get into the serious conversations, like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I do this. We're starting this neobank and this and that." And then I asked the gentleman, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm doing this other thing. I'm actually, I think, in the regulatory space." And I was like, wow, like if you don't talk to the stranger, you would never know. Because just in that moment, like at 2 a.m., we literally started talking about the things that I actually needed to learn. So it's very good to be open to speaking to strangers. Make small talk about water. Okay, that's very small, but talk about anything, because it gives you a chance to start the big talk, to ask the real questions with confidence. Here I will just speak to say yes, even when you have to say no. Again, example, Innocent reached out weeks ago. I said yes. 2 days ago, I was like, "Oh no, why did I say yes?" Because I was so busy with work, but I already said yes. You can now say yes and then no after yes. But the moment that request comes through and someone says, "Are you going to take this opportunity?" You're like, "Yeah." The rest, the house, the whoever will sort themselves out. Be it a job, if you're being hired and the JD looks like something you will not manage, say yes and you will learn. As long as you're open to learning, you always thrive. So great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. Just keep going. Any questions at this point? Yeah? No? Okay, now I'm feeling like I'm preaching. So getting what you want. Let's go through quick. Question is, how often do we get what we really want? How do we feel when we get what we really want? Not just what we want. How often do we compromise? How does it feel to compromise? I would have gone with another round of these answers, but I think I know the answers to these questions. Because the first one, not really. The second one, it feels really good, but it doesn't happen often. Do we compromise? Thank you. That's That's good. That means you get what you really want most times. But what are the habits that can help you achieve what you really want? What do you need to be able to do that can help you go in the direction of the things that you really want? So here, someone talked about your brain playing you, thinking things. The habit to get what you really want that's the first part. That be able, every thought has a creative power. What you think is what is going to happen. If you're there thinking, things are hard, things are going to be hard. So know when your brain is able to create positive thoughts, or what triggers it to create positive thoughts and what triggers it to create bad ones. That way, you choose to say, no brain, that's wrong. And I'm going to complete it. And then creative visualization. Someone can come to you and tell you something. I've mastered that. And you're like, and everyone is panicking. It's like, oh, how can this be? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to look at this issue from a different angle. I think that's what we call the paradigm shift. You choose to create your own. You're not denying, but you choose to create your own terms. Like, just go on and say, instead of us saying, we are tired of this situation, how about you appreciate those situations, find solution to those situations. Like what you guys are doing, finding solutions to doing things. Recognize the laws of attraction. What you think about is what you bring about. Simple. So your thoughts have to be right at all times. Envision what you want, not what you fear. Stop thinking about your fears. Rather, look at what motivates you at the end and think about that. The moment you think about fears, you're growing it bigger. You're growing that demon bigger. It's like in your face, and one day you won't just be able to like wake up and even say anything to someone. And take control of designing your life. No one has the right to design what your life is, especially as an adult. Not your partner, not your parents, not your peers. You choose what you want to be. Even if someone came in your face and said, no, you can't do that. Your answer should be, watch me. Because now you have a task to win. Learn, develop, and cultivate alternatives. So as you think you're going to get what you want, please have a plan B. That sounds contradicting, but have a plan B. Because when you fall from here, if your plan is here, A, and plan B is here, when you fall, you're going to fall to your B. But when you fall from here and you have no plan B, you're going to go down. And coming up from down is much difficult compared to when you actually get in the middle and say, okay, now what can we do? But even this plan should not be very far from what you want. So just say, this is what I still want. These are the different methods that I want to take to help me get there. The most efficient is A. The least favorable is B. But it's still in the same direction. Use affirmations. We talked about this earlier. Tell yourself nice things. Create your own affirmations that work on you. Because these things of thinking, what Oprah Winfrey is saying, you're like, you're too successful for me anyway. Like, of course you're going to say you're rich. It makes sense. Like, what? Come on. Make things that say, I am hardworking, because guess what? Hardworking people get there. They become rich. Make affirmations that you also believe, because you might be saying things that you also don't believe. Control your thoughts. We talked about this earlier, so I won't repeat myself. Create a support team. You guys, it's good you guys have teams, people that hold you accountable for the things you said you want to get. So don't be there going like, oh, I said I was going to get this, and then your teammate is like, but you said it's the other one. So people who actually go like, but you said we're going to be the first. What are you talking about? People that help you, motivate you, and refocus your energy to working. Then build a vision board. We know a vision board? The yes is a few. You guys, the other side. Perfect. Visualize it, look at it every day, make edits, remember what it is. In case you don't know how that works, kindly come back and we talk about this. So don't worry about failure, worry about the chances you miss when you actually don't try. By Sherman, Fine Silver. Kindly go on. Thank you. Any questions?
I'm Bukira Angela again. I have a question. Sometimes we try to reach a point where the pressure is too much, whereby you have that urge of being something, because maybe you're running out of time. Maybe you're running out of the space you're supposed to acquire something. How do you deal with the pressure and that stress?
Thank you. So, what is running out of time to you? But what? Conflicting things. That's a very good question. So before I somewhat understood the question too, because most people that I've spoken to end up relating that thing to, oh, I'm 32 and I should have this. But like I said, comparison and setting more realistic goals. When you go back to your vision board, you say, this is what I want to do in the next 2 years. 2 years come down the road, but if you've been updating, you will know where the break came from. If it was a money problem, if it was a commitment problem, if it was an emotional problem, you will know where it came from. And the earlier you start following your vision to know where the problem is, you will catch the problem before the 2 years elapse. But most of us set, what are those things we set on the new year? I don't, so New Year's resolution. We all get papers and write. The next thing we revisit those things is like on Christmas Day because we found the book again. How are you going to make those dreams come true? Thank you. Do I answer your question? Cool.
I'd like to add on to what you said and what she said. The power in planning and vision boarding, really, you pace yourself, and also it's not just putting your dreams there and maybe you imagine they will happen. It's actually you saying, if I want to achieve this in 10 years, what's the plan? And you break that down in small portions. What has happened for me especially is that when at the beginning of 2020, I set a 10-year plan, and I can see where the challenge is because I break it down and said, now this year, what do I do? I got that's what she's talking about. I'm not young, I'm 31. In lockdown, I was 29 in 2020. And there are some things, you know how you're 25 and you have absolutely amazing plans of, I want to travel to 30 destinations before I'm 30, I want to have this money, all those flowery dreams. But sometimes those dreams we set in our early years, they don't have plans, you don't have a plan. So I had issues. There is a folder I can't open in my laptop where I used to document how I felt. There was that intense pressure. But at the beginning of 2020, when I was making 30 years, I sat down with myself and actually really planned for my life. Now, even though there are some things I haven't achieved, it's not a rush saying that maybe why don't I have a car? Because I know it's coming and there's no rush. It feels so peaceful. I don't know if that's why they say it feels so peaceful when you're older. The pressure is down because then you're holding yourself accountable and saying, this doesn't make sense. I sleep like this, I'm not managing my emotions, my energy, I'm all over the place, let me put focus here. Then you're making measurable steps and you are measuring those smarter goals. Yeah.
Make that seem like a veteran, eh? But,
Thank you. I want to supplement, I don't know, it's not a supplement, yeah, it's a supplement to Shamim and a reply to Angela. She said sometimes she feels on pressure and she feels like she's running out of time. What I do in that situation is I calm myself down and I realign my priorities. It helps me a lot because I know where to put my energy at what time. And I be patient because some things just need patience.
All right, any other questions? Yeah.
This one is more directed to you. That if you have free time after this, I would like to if you have free time after this session.
I am available for after chats. I don't know what to call it without making it seem. Yeah, but I'm here and I'm reachable. My contact is right there. I'm reachable anytime. One last thing I might want to say as I give the microphone to Charlotte. Remember, a wise man told me, remember to respond and not react. In whatever it is, even if it's an email and it's annoying you, give it time. Respond later. If it's a situation where someone is either angry or they are firing you with the questions and you don't know the answers, it's okay to say, give me time, I'll get back to you. Because I've seen a lot of people in my work experience, colleagues I've worked with, or my friends, or people around, and I've been that person before, where something happens and I'm like, hey, like a headless chicken, I'm like running all over the place, I'm stressed, but now you throw it to me, I'm like, now what are we going to do? And honestly, I don't know what we're going to do, so I'm not going to start giving my opinions to something I don't know, and you end up making mistakes because you're rushing into making a decision. All right. Thank you so much for being such a great audience.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Another round of applause for Wendy. And another one for the county. Yes, thank you so much, Wendy. I would like to apologize. She has gone past the time we had said, but it's because she started late, because we had some interviews that kind of disorganized us. So I really apologize on her behalf. It's not like she doesn't keep time, but it's from our side. And also from our side, I apologize. Now, quickly, like very, very, very fast, we are down outside there. We take a group photo. Please, let us be fast about it. We can use the stairs to be fast about it. Then we'll come back here. We have some Becky Nagasha there. She's in charge of logistics. She has something for you. So let us just make it so fast. Just leave everything as it is. Just